Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and it's time for Global Tarot Circle. Thank you all so much for being here. We are broadcasting live on YouTube. We're also simulcasting on Instagram. All right, so the very first thing we want to do, and we see a few people here already. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I see a lot of you here already. Thank you so much for being here. Special shout out to Lisa Harmon for starting us out with a super sticker today. Really appreciate that. Lisa is also a member here, and so thank you so much for your support of this channel. We see quite a few members here today. I really appreciate all of you. So some of you know the first thing to do. Tell us where in the world you are and what deck you are working with. Now, Mixuer, Michelle, says she has all her tarot decks. All your tarot decks? Really? Which ones? What are you working with? What decks do you have with you right now? As you can see, I'm getting ready to work with my Lightseer Tarot, but I must tell you that I also have Spiral Tarot, my Giant Weight, a small Smith Weight. What else we got here? Goddess Tarot is right here, and an old beat up Spiral Tarot. Wait a minute. I have my new working Spiral Tarot and an old beat up Spiral Tarot. You can tell the difference. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So let us know where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. As per usual, the first half hour of our hour together, we will do readings, and we'll do them in a very specific format. In the second half hour, we will do tarot study. So let's go first, and let me just see who we see here who lets us know where in the world they are and what deck they're working with. Lisa Harmon, once again, thank you for being a member, and thanks for starting us out with a super sticker in Greenville, South Carolina, using Cat Tarot. All right. Hey, Disco Bunny, so nice to see you. It was so nice to see you in person when I was in Connecticut. You're Kristen. You're in Connecticut with Golden Girls Tarot. Mixuer, Michelle, you're using the Crow Tarot. Claire C., so nice to see you. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel. You are in Port Charlotte, Florida, using the Rider Waite. Very good. And, am I a grandmother now? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. My grandbabies came into the world at 32 weeks on July 1st. They're in the NICU. They're doing very well. They each, I think one was 3 pounds, 7 ounces, and one was 3 pounds, 9 ounces. And they are gaining weight. They're doing everything they need to do. Twins, obviously, Elliot and Aubrey. And so thank you so much for your good wishes. Okay, Kristen Louise in Columbus, Ohio, using Tarot of Vampires. Purple Sunflower, nice to see you, using the Golden Weight. Peggy Lou Levens, thanks for being a member here, using the Gold Foil RWS, so cool. And Purple Sunflower, you're from, is that Utah? Is that Utah? Is that what that is? Yolanda, we're twins. Yolanda, thanks so much for being a member here. You're in Florida. I'm in Florida. You're using Lightseers. I'm using Lightseers. Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. You're in Connecticut, working with the Classic Weight. Perfect. Okay, hey, Jake, nice to see you in Atlanta using Hanson Roberts. Great deck. Okay, Mixuer is Michelle in Toronto using Crow Tarot, but also have Starlight Illuminated Tarot on hand. Quinn Kilharius in Brazil using the Silver Witch Tarot. Thanks for being here. Pamela's Insight in North Florida, playing with light seers. See, all the Florida girls using light seers. There we go. Nesty, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here in Portland, Tarot Illuminati. And Peggy Lou is in Oak Hill, Florida, in bed, not feeling well at all. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, and prayers for you. Sue Wilkinson, you're not that late. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. All right. Oh, Lisa, you are closing on the lot on July 22nd at 10 a.m. That's fabulous. And for those of you who are watching on Instagram, you are welcome here. We're simulcasting on Instagram now. Really appreciate it. If you want to interact more directly, and if you want to see Card Cam and see the cards that I'm pulling, come on over to my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. All right. So let's get going. As I said, for the first half of our hour together, we are going to do readings, and we do them in this format. If you have a burning question, and I'd like to keep this on YouTube. If someone asks a burning question on Instagram and I happen to see it, I'll push it in. But really, to be in this, you should come over to YouTube. Seriously. Christiana Tarot Gaudet on YouTube. Just make sure you're signed in to YouTube so you can comment in the live stream. All right, so if you have a question, you go ahead and you ask your question. I will take the questions in the order that I see them. I will pull one card. You'll see it here on Card Cam. Instagram people, you can't see Card Cam. That's why you should come to YouTube, right? One card to answer the question. Anyone else who wants to do the reading, we'll put the name of the person we're reading for, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. So if you ask a question, what you have to do is not just listen to what I have to say, but read through the comments here on YouTube to get your full reading. We are a global tarot circle. We are reading for one another all over the world. All right, so I'll take these in the order in which I see them. And the first question I see is Smile Soul 20. So nice to see you. Let me get shuffled. And thank you everyone on Instagram for being here. Appreciate you being here as well. I can see that the number count on Instagram isn't working because I see all you people here. And it's saying that I have 2 people, but I got a bunch more than that. And I thank you all for being here. You're more than welcome to hang out here or come on over to my YouTube channel where we do Global Tarot Circle once a month. We're doing it right now. You can see Card Cam and you can participate doing readings and having us read for you. That's what we do for the first half of our time together. Second half of the time together, we do tarot study together. So come join us for that as well. Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. Just make sure you are signed into YouTube as well. All right. Smile Soul 20. My question is, what does the universe want me to know? If you would like to do this reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what do we see here? The Sun reversed. The universe wants you to think about what really makes you happy. What do you want in life? What makes you happy in life? And what can you do to get it? Where do you have power? Where do you have agency to get what you want? Let's see what other people have to say. Yolanda, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. My question is, what does the rest of July okay, how did you put this? In what does the rest of July up for me? I don't think that's exactly what you meant to say, but we got the idea. In love and career. If you'd like to do this reading at Yolanda, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 6 of Pentacles reversed. I think you have to be careful about your boundaries in both areas. I think there's real potential for you to kind of expend energy where energy is not coming back. And so have good boundaries at work and in all your relationships, especially during the month of July. And speaking of the month of July, tarot scopes are up. I mentioned that the grandbabies were born on July 1st, right when I was supposed to be doing a live here and then getting Taroscopes up. So July Taroscopes did not go up for a couple of days, but they're up now. They went up on July 4th. And so check them out right here on the YouTube channel. You can look for your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and get a nice 3-card reading for July. And actually, it's 3 cards for each, so it's a 9-card reading. All right. Let's see. Next question, Lisa Harmon. Once again, thank you for starting us out with a super sticker, and thank you for being a member. What does the universe want me to know? The 6 of Swords reversed. You know how I'm taking that? Is it's time for you to kind of have some tenacity. You may be feeling like you're not going anywhere. You may be feeling like things are not moving forward the way you'd like. I think the thing to do is to kind of stick your heels in and just do what you have to do to hold the course. You're going to move forward slowly, but you will move forward. All right. Okay, mix you here, Michelle. I need to know if this ankle is ever going to heal and how long it's going to take. It's a sprained ankle. So this is a good teachable moment. This is a medical reading, health reading. There are some people who do not like to do health readings. I'm not one of those people. We're not doctors. We don't play doctors, not even on TV. But we can sometimes give really great information. In fact, for you members, I think tomorrow I'll have time to do this. I'm going to put up a pre-recorded video for members only telling you about a medical reading I did day before yesterday that was literally a lifesaver. So, yeah, there's incentive to be a member on my YouTube channel. All right. Let's see okay, we're doing the ankle. Mix you ear. If you would like to do this reading at Mix You Ear, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what about this ankle? Will it heal? How long will it take? What does she need to know about this? The 2 of Swords reversed. Okay, I think this is going to take some time. I think there may be some treatment, whether that's allopathic or naturopathic, that you've not yet encountered that might be helpful. Obviously, listen to the doctor, of course, but also, look at what else you can do. What can you be eating? What can you be doing? And honestly, I think on a spiritual level, there is something here about needing to be at peace when it's difficult to be at peace. So there is a spiritual exercise that is part of this. It will heal, of course. But it is going to take some time, and it's not an easy thing. I'm so sorry. Okay, and we are all sending healing to you. All right, Aria Wilson. Nice to see you. Okay, this question is going to sound weird, but how can I fix my cardinal karma of the earth? So I'm going to tell you that I have no idea what that means. If that is a particular spiritual tradition, I don't know what it is and I don't know what it means. I'm just going to do the reading. And I think it's perfectly okay. I think we can do readings about things we have no idea what they mean. And if you'd like to do this reading as well, at Aria Wilson, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. How can I fix my cardinal karma of the earth? All right. We've got death reversed. And so I think the answer is you're already on the path to do it. Just keep tenaciously sticking to the path you're already on. All right. Just scrolling, looking for the next question. All right. Sue Wilkinson says, Light Sears is a perfect summer deck. So I love that idea of summer decks, winter decks, fall decks. I've never really done that. I mean, I do switch up decks all the time, but I never really thought about the season, although I know a lot of people do. And I think that's really cool. And I'm glad that you think that Light Sears is a good summer deck. Okay, Cheryl Watson, nice to see you here from Chicago. Jake, nice to see you. My question is, oh, I just overscrolled. Sorry. Give me a minute. Okay, gotcha. My question is, what does Spirit want me to know? All right. If you'd like to do this reading at Jake Tay, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what does Spirit want Jake to know? The Star reversed. You know, I've got that song. Is it like a Jimmy Cliff song maybe? You can get it if you really want it, but you must try. You'll succeed at last. That's where I'm going with that, seriously. That it just feels like you may be a bit discouraged, but if you keep trying, you'll get what you want. That's where I go with that. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, the next question, Mystics Haven, so nice to see you. I would like some understanding of why my daughter doesn't want to live with me. Now, this is an interesting teachable moment, right? Because this is a third-party reading. There are some people who would have an ethical issue with doing this, and understandably, I'm fine with it, quite frankly. I'm happy to take a stab at this. And if you'd like to take a stab at this as well, at Mystics Haven, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And obviously, what's the right advice here? Of course, it would be nice if your daughter would tell you this, but clearly your daughter's not giving you as much information as you'd be comfortable having. So let's see what you should know here. Knight of Wands. Your daughter doesn't want to live with you because she does some things that are fun and has a lifestyle, and I'm not saying anything dangerous, but she has a lifestyle that she feels is not necessarily compatible with yours, and she doesn't really want to have those conversations with you. Same reason I didn't live with my mom, to be honest with you. So I think it's just her pursuit of the things that she's interested in, her pursuit of what she wants to do. She's not necessarily comfortable sharing all of those things with you. But with the Knight of Wands, I don't think it's anything so scary that you have to worry. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, Kristen Louise, so nice to see you. This is a good one. Why am I so resistant to exercise? It's healthy for me, but I just don't want to do it. Man, I feel ya. I think a lot of us feel ya here. Let's do it. If you'd like to do this, at Kristen Louise, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Why am I so resistant to exercise? Let's see. And of course, welcoming some new people coming in on Instagram. So nice to see you. If you'd like to play along, come and join us on YouTube. Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. All right, let's see. So we're doing Kristen Louise's question. Why am I so resistant to exercise? I feel like, I got the Fool reversed. I feel like you need the right training. You haven't found the right tradition of exercise, the right classes, the right machinery, or the right knowledge of how to. So I think it's about figuring out what exercise you want to do and the knowledge of how to do it so you feel confident. So what you like and how you can feel confident. That's what I think. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, next question's from Purple Sunflower. Am I in the right line of work or should I do something different? If you would like to do this reading at Purple Sunflower, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, let's see what we got going on. The Ten of Swords reversed. You know, there's probably a number of different careers any one of us could have and do well at and enjoy. You know, when we talk about right livelihood, it doesn't necessarily have to be just one thing. But when I look at the Ten of Swords reversed, I'm like, well, you can do this, but what else would you want to do? What would make you happier? Where do you feel like you really have a calling, skills, abilities, that kind of thing? I think you should explore. I really do. Ha ha, this is great. Lisa Harmon. I found a $20 bill in the parking lot. Good ground score. When I told my daughter, she asked me if I was going to buy a tarot deck with it, and I hope you do. Oh, this is a good one. Cheryl Watson. What do I need to do to get the second chakra in balance? And I'm sure we all have, or many of us would have, different exercises, that one could do. But let's really try to do this with tarot. So if you would like to do this reading, at Cheryl Watson, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation, what do I need to do to get the second chakra in balance? And the answer is exactly what I probably would have said without the card. It's all about love, the Page of Cups. You need to speak. You need to speak of the things that have hurt your heart. You need to speak of the things that are in your heart. You need to speak to your family members, both living and in spirit. You need to speak about your family members, both living and in spirit. You need to speak of your hurts and disappointments in romantic love and your hopes and desires for romantic love. That's what I think. All right, let's see what other people have to say. Okay. Claire C. Again, thank you for being a member here. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry to read this question. Will the vertigo I have be helped by my regular doctor tomorrow? I am so sorry, man. Vertigo is the worst. I am so sorry. Okay, here we go. Will the vertigo I have be helped by my regular doctor tomorrow? Let's see what we got. And if you'd like to do this reading, at Claire C, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Eight of Swords reversed, it may be anxiety related. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but it may be. I think the doctor will be able to help. And again, it may be related to anxiety. Okay, lots of great readings going on here in the chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everyone for playing. Hey, Chriswell, nice to see you here. Okay. Baby Cakes, nice to see you. Where and when in the U.S. will I or should I buy investment property? Well, there's a question. If you'd like to do this question at Baby Cakes, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Ooh, Ace of Wands. It should be in the south and soon. Okay. All right, Bill Warga, nice to see you. I'm trying to find a direction. I have no idea what to try. So, it's such an interesting question. It's so a direction, north, south, east, or west? A career direction? A spiritual direction? Not sure, but let's just see what the cards say. If you'd like to do this reading at Bill Warga, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Honestly, I'm going to say this could be career related. And I feel like what you want to do is try lots of different things. Try on lots and see what fits. Seriously. Okay, Jenny Sue, nice to see you. How will my hip surgery go tomorrow? I am so sorry that you have to have surgery. Let's take a look and see what you need to know about that going forward. If you'd like to do this reading, at Jenny Sue, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Again, remembering that this is a medical reading. Not everyone likes to do that. And when we do it, we try to do it with a lot of grace, recognizing that just like doctors, the first rule is do no harm. All right. The Lovers, I think it'll be good. I think this is really going to get you what you need. I think it will go very well. I think the doctor's very skilled. I'm not worried about you. Still sorry you have to go through it, but I'm not worried. Okay, Missy Me, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. What do you see for my financial future? And if you'd like to do this reading, at Missy Me, the name of the card you get and your interpretation. What do we see for finances for the future? Knight of Swords reversed. There's some things you're going to want to change. There's some things you have to learn. There's some things you don't know and don't understand in order to really build the way you want to build in the long run. Time to do some research, time to learn some things, time to make some changes once you figure out what you need to do. Okay. Lots of great readings. Thank you, everyone, for participating here. Really, really appreciate this. All right. And here is the burning question from Chriswell 265. And for those of you watching on Instagram, if you'd like to come on over and join the party, we are at Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. Make sure you're signed into YouTube when you come over so you can play in the chat room with us. And of course, I just over-scrolled. Hang on. Thank you, everyone, for participating here. Thank you, Ro, for your patience. Sorry that took so long, Ronnie. I was busy having grandbabies. I don't know. It just took some time. But thank you. It was nice to see you. Okay. Hang on. Here we go. Chriswell 265. Thank you for being a member here. We really appreciate you. Burning question, what message does the universe have for me that I've been ignoring or not listening to? Great question. All right. Yes, Ro, they came. They came at 32 weeks. They had to come. It was a medical emergency. They're doing very well in the NICU. One girl, one boy, Elliot and Aubrey, and we're so proud of them. They're going to be in the NICU for a few weeks, but they're doing very well. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Chriswell. What message does the universe have for me that I've been ignoring, not listening to? If you'd like to do this reading, at Chriswell 265, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 9 of Swords. So this is a hard one because you've got some stuff in your life that feels pretty 9 of Swords-ish, and you know it. But I think sometimes with the 9 of Swords, and thinking about messages that you're not hearing, I think sometimes you forget to hear the messages of joy. And as much as there are messages of sorrow that you're well aware of, there are also messages of joy. And it's important to listen to those too. Okay, Nesty, thank you again for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Oh, fun. We want a dog. Should we get a German Shepherd or a Rottweiler? All right, so I'm going to break the rules for this, and you can break the rules too. When it's an either or, I like to do one card for each. And if you'd like to do that as well, you may. Of course, tag Nesty, say what card you got and what your interpretation is. Should it be a German Shepherd or a Rottie? Let's take a look and see. Okay. German Shepherd, Rottweiler. I think that, you or someone in your family has a long-standing connection with German Shepherds, but I think for you, the Rottweiler would be better. All right, let's see what other people say. Okay. Hey, Selma, nice to see you. I'm picking up negativity and limitation at the current real estate agency I work with. How do I handle this problem? Great question. If you would like to do this reading, at Selma, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see what we got here. All right, Selma, the Hanged Man. It's not yours to fix. All you can do is fix yourself and be careful about what you focus on. Wherever there is negativity and limitation, don't let that get next to you and don't focus on it. Find the positive, focus on that, reflect that. Seriously, you can't fix this. You just have to navigate it. And by navigating it, you may find that you make it better. Okay, Sue Wilkinson, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I am struggling with a project that is coming up in the fall. Any advice? All right. So if you'd like to do this reading, at Sue Wilkinson, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Seven of Swords. So you're struggling for a particular reason. Either you don't know how to approach it, or you don't trust yourself to approach it, or you're doing it with other people that you don't quite trust. There's something there where you're not trusting something or don't feel like you have everything you need. Figure that out and fix that, and you will no longer be struggling. All right. Naz, nice to see you. So what we do for a general reading here is what the universe wants you to know. And at this point, we're getting ready to switch from readings, burning questions for readings, to burning questions for and about tarot. So it's last call for readings, y'all. If you want to get a question in, get a question in. If you're on YouTube, come on over to, if you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube and get that question in. And it is time, the floor is open for questions about tarot, tarot cards, tarot decks, tarot practice, tarot spreads, anything at all. The floor is open for those burning questions as well. And we'll finish up these readings, starting with Naz, N-A-Z. What does the universe want Naz to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at Naz, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. All right. Six of Pentacles reversed. Naz, you really want to think about where you're putting your energy, whether that's time, money, or attention. Is it really serving you? You may want to start putting your energy in a different direction. All right, let's see what other people have to say. And thank you, everyone, for doing such great readings for each other. If you ask a question, make sure you read through the comments here on YouTube to get all of your answers. Lily. Sometimes I feel a weird and uncomfortable feeling around my boyfriend. What is it? So that's interesting. I want to do a whole reading on that. My gosh. Okay, if you'd like to do this reading, at Lily, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. So this is one I don't feel really comfortable doing in one card, but here we go. Honestly, I got Death reversed, and I think it has to do really, he reminds you of something from the past. It may not be him at all, or it may be. In other words, I think there's an energy or a behavior that reminds you of something from your past, from your childhood, or from a past relationship that you don't like. And you have to look at, is it just an unfortunate remembrance where that's really not him at all? Or is this a warning sign that there's something there that you've seen before that you don't like? That's what you have to figure out. Okay. Ms. Silver 41, thanks for being here. Thinking of starting a home business, how hard will it be with living situation? Wonder if it's doable with the right mindset and boundaries alone. All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Ms. Silver 41, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Six of Cups reversed. You know what the problems are here, right? You know what the problems are. But I think you're looking at doing something that you know also that you know how to do. I think you could find a way to make it work. So if you're on Instagram, best if you hop on over to YouTube. Raquel, I see you there, Raquel Art and More. And I'm just going to do a quick card for you because you are a member over here on YouTube. And so I'm just going to do this for Raquel Art and More over on Instagram real quick. Raquel, what does the universe want you to know? The Eight of Swords reversed. It is time to feel released from the things that are holding you back. That might be things in your own head or things around you or things that you imagine are true. But release yourself from those and you will no longer feel held back. All right, Pamela's Insight. What do I need to know and focus on for this month? If you'd like to do this reading, at Pamela's Insight, name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Empress, focus on what you are creating and what you are nurturing. Creation and nurturance. If you'd like to do this reading at Pamela's Insight, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Hey, Stylin' Chica! Nice to see you. I saw you over on Instagram and now you're here, so my little plot worked. Yay! All right, glad you're here. Love to you as well. Hope you're doing super well. Okay, if you'd like to do this reading at Stylin' Chica, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And of course, now I've overscrolled. Give me just a minute here. Hey, Joe Monteleone, so nice to see you. Clumsy Clairvoyance, nice to see you. Alyssa Jarrett, nice to see you. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Where was I? Just a minute. Okay, we got a lot going on here. It was Stylin' Chica. I'm looking for Stylin' Chica. Where are you? Here we are. What message do the current energies want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at Stylin' Chica, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 2 of Wands reversed. You need to think about what your goals are. What are your goals? What are your plans? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to have happen? Figure out what you want and you can go get it. Okay, Lizette out. I'm getting older and want a family. Will that ever happen? If you'd like to do this reading at Lizette out, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, and I'm not going to be doing any further cards on Instagram. I'm so sorry. Come on over to YouTube. We're actually going to be closing the floor to readings on YouTube as well and go into the tarot study portion of our program. But come on over, Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. All right. Lizette out. I'm sorry. Lightez out. That's what it is. I'm getting older and want a family. Will that ever happen? Yeah, let's take a look at that. The Empress, I think it really, 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 really could. Yes. Let's see what other people have to say. And again, the floor is now open for questions about tarot. I've got something I want to show all of you. And I've got a couple of exercises for us to do as well. So if you're interested in tarot, either on Instagram or here on YouTube, and you want to play along, please do. And if you're on Instagram and you want to come over and join us so you can interact more directly, you can do that as well. Christiana Gaudet Tarot on YouTube. All right. And okay, thank you for the congratulations, Cheryl. We're so excited. All right, Betty Flesher, a question from Betty. Thank you for being a member here, Betty. What does the universe want me to know? Thanks for using a members only emoji. Okay. The 6 of Wands reversed. Stop feeling like you need to win at everything. You are winning. You're fine. You're good. You're in some competition with yourself or somebody or something, and there's no need to be. You're fine. I hope that made sense. All right. Nesty, you are rooting for the Roddy. Gotcha. Okay. And a question, Teresa Chase, thanks for being a member here, is applying to Penn State the right decision? If you'd like to do this reading at Teresa Chase, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Queen of Wands reversed. It's a decision. It's not the only decision. There's other possibilities. Okay. And we have a tarot question. Yes, it is time for tarot study. How are the Thoth and the RWS decks different? So if you want to ring in on this, so we're talking Crowley versus Waite. And it's interesting to note that in real life, they were both in the Golden Dawn together and they hated each other. Crowley would call Waite dead weight. And if you read their writings, they troll each other. They flame each other in their writings. If we had social media back then, it would have been really fun. So, how are the decks different? I'm going to tell you everything I know, but if you have thoughts and ideas about how Crowley is different from Waite, go ahead and tell us and tag it. Tag it Crowley, tag it Waite, tag it Toth, tag it RWS, however you want to tag it. Okay, so first of all, in the court, there's a difference in the court. The Waite court is page, knight, queen, king. The Crowley court is princess, prince, queen, knight. The strength and justice. And strength is called something different. I think it's called lust, I think. Temperance is called art. The world is called the universe. There are some differences in nomenclature as well. Magician is called the magus. But the important point I was going to make there is strength and justice are switched, just like in the Marseille decks, where strength is card 11 and justice is card 8. There's obviously a real difference in the art style, and where Waite has fully illustrated minors, Crowley has what we might call moody minors, where you can pick up a mood from the minor, but it's not scenes of people doing things or animals doing things. So those are some thoughts there. Okay. Oh, here we go from Joe. Thank you so much for being here, Joe. Toth is more explicitly esoteric, yes, making use of Kabbalah and astrology, and is very influenced by its creator, Aleister Crowley. Okay, here's a question from Yolanda. Why can't I read for myself? I always relate every card to an old person or situation. Well, did you just answer your own question there? And if anyone wants to tag in on reading for yourself, your own situation reading for yourself, or, what Yolanda is saying here, go ahead and just tag it reading for yourself or reading for self or self-reading. And I think, if you are relating a card to an old situation or person in your life, then the question needs to be like there's a next question, which is, so how is that related to my current situation? Or why is this unresolved? Or what did I learn from that will help me here? So that might help. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay. So let's see. Hey, Raquel, nice to see you. Glad you're here. And Joe says, highly recommend studying Kabbalah to understand the full depth of the deck. And Joe, go ahead and drop your channel so people can see it, for sure, for sure. Okay. And Jake says, to me, strength is 8 makes a lot more sense from a numerological standpoint than justice. Claire C., the artwork on Crowley is stylized while the Rider Waite has images from the Middle Ages. Right. Kristen, strength as 8 makes more sense numerologically, matching the energies of the 8 minors. Chriswell, Crowley also very Art Deco in style. Does that type of architecture appeal to you? And Jake says, Claire says Crowley has a keyword on the cards. Zuri, nice to see you. Oh, Style and Chica. Any ideas for how to use more than one deck in a reading? Yeah, tag it multiple decks and let us know. It's not something I do a lot, quite frankly. It's not something I do a lot. I do have some decks that, like, if I'm getting nowhere on a question with a particular deck, I might bring out a different deck. So that's something. Oh, Joe, man, I'm going to jump through the computer and kiss you. What has been the most challenging aspect of your professional career and also the most rewarding? Wow. All right. What has been the most challenging aspect of your professional career? Yeah, I can tell you exactly. The fact that for every one of me or you, Joe, those of us who are good-spirited, hardworking, well-studied people really trying to do good in the world, there are 5 or 6 scam artists for every one of you and me. There are more scam artists out there, which means that when people look at us, they think we're scam artists too. That's the most difficult thing. That's it. The most rewarding, everything else. All the rest of it. Oh my gosh. I am so grateful every single day when I come into my office, when I'm here talking to y'all, when I'm working with my clients in whatever capacity. I am so grateful. So the most rewarding is all the rest of us, all the rest of it. If I had known this was a career when I was a child, it would be what I would have wanted to do. In fact, when I was like 6, I rearranged my room, put a little table and chairs in the room, little round table, and I said, anyone, if they wanted to come in and talk about deep spiritual matters with me, they could. That's when I was 6. I've always wanted to do this. I just didn't know what it was called. So, and anyone else who's reading professionally, if you want to go ahead and answer that question, it's a good one. Jake, do you think the reason why I've very rarely encountered a scam artist is because my intuition guides me to the real people? Absolutely, yes. Yes. Oh, multiple decks. Good information about multiple decks. Clumsy clairvoyance. I like to use both tarot and oracle decks doing some readings to obtain additional or alternative information. Sure. And Pamela's Insight Cassia from Tarot Map on YouTube has a lot of info and even a course on using multiple decks in one reading. Okay, and Jake just said something there too. I like to sometimes combine tarot with oracle, never tarot and tarot. Okay. Katie has different ideas. One of the upsides of having to use software for your meetings instead is it's a little easier to use multiple decks. Zuri, nice to see you. And Katie and Zuri, thank you both for being members here. I may ask different questions using a different deck for adding additional info. Multiple decks. Jake, tarot question. Christiana, was there a particular suit of cards that you had a lot of problems with when first starting? No, there was not. My problem when first starting, court cards. It was the court cards. I had a really, really tough time understanding the court cards. Judgment was another card that tripped me up, but there was not a particular suit that I had a harder time with. No. But go ahead and share. Anybody else? Tag it tough suit. Did you have a tough suit? Okay. Let's see. Any other questions or interesting answers so far? Anything about self-reading? That was such a good question from Yolanda. And I think we all do read for ourselves. And you know what else I would say? A lot of times when reading for ourselves, we need to get away from the mundane. Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? And really do the spiritual stuff. To use the cards for personal stuff, self-growth, healing, rather than mundane predictions is probably really important when it comes to self-reading. All right. Okay, here's a tarot question from Quinn Kilharius. I'm still a baby reader and having trouble interpreting strength as feelings for someone else. Okay, so how does he feel for you? Strength. That's an interesting question. Go ahead and tag it strength and let me know if it's how does this person feel about you and strength comes up. It could be they feel compassion for you. It could be they feel love for you. It could be that they're feeling very lustful for you, but they're trying to keep that under control. That's where I would go with it. Let me know what you think. Kristen, I still struggle with court cards and I'm freaking always getting court cards. We just did a court card class here, as a matter of fact. Pamela's Insight, multiple decks. I'll ask big overall with one deck and then pull from another sometimes to get details and action steps. That's good. Then maybe use an oracle to wrap it up. I love that. Lots of good information here. It's going by so fast, I'm not going to be able to read it all aloud. So make sure you read it. And if you want to come back tomorrow and read it, or the next day, remember it takes 24 hours for the chat to appear here. Yeah, Pamela's insight, reading for the self. The question and wording matters. Katie, Yolanda says she has a hard time reading for herself because she will always relate the cards to things that have happened in the past rather than what's going on right now. Jake about strength says, strength might view you as someone to lean on, or possibly in a good way or a negative way, depending on if it's reversed or not. They feel more confident with you. So friends, I want to show you something. Do we all remember David Victor? David Victor was a very, very active person here on this YouTube channel. He was also very active with StarCon, and he was very active in our in-person tarot meetup that meets in Palm City every month. He would drive all the way up from Deerfield Beach every month to come be with us. Unfortunately, I think it was back in April, David passed away, and we have missed him here. For those of you who are local, we do have our local meetup coming up this Sunday, 4 p.m. Hope you can make it. Zuri, I'm looking right at you. Hope you can make it. Yolanda, I'm looking at you. And we hope that Dave is with us here at this meeting and every meeting. Claire met him at StarCon and also here. Such a nice guy. So one of his friends reached out to me and asked if I would like to receive some of his tarot stuff as a memento. And so I'm showing this on Instagram. I'm going to pass it through CardCam. This just came in the mail today. Some of you may remember Dave's black case. And in Dave's black case, there was this beautiful card. Thank you so much for being an inspiration and caring teacher for David. He loved learning to read the tarot. I hope this souvenir of his passion is valued appreciatively. So, and what's here? His rider deck. Wow, you can feel his energy on it too. A deck and book, and I remember he would always have this at the meetups at Panera. This is an Eden Gray book that, let's see, okay. Look at how well loved this book is. He had to put a new cover on it. He's tagged it. He put ribbons in it. Tagged, covered, ribbons. Look at that. And his original deck. Wow. His original deck is the this one. And again, he had to cover the box because it was so that way, right? So these two decks and this book in this box. And with that, we really feel the spirit of Dave with us. How amazing is that? I think I'll probably bring it to Panera this Sunday, and I really treasure it. I'm really grateful to have it, but I'd rather have Dave, quite frankly. Clumsy Clairvoyance, how beautiful and loved is that book? Seriously, seriously. Okay, back to some of our topics. Clumsy Clairvoyance, strength. I'm going to agree with our professor here about the strength card being a display of control over perhaps some love or lust toward a person, sure. Lisa, I can't read for myself when I'm emotional. And you know what? I think that's a really good exercise in coming to a place of compassionate detachment. That's one of the reasons self-reading is such an important thing. Because in that space, to get there, we have to detach from our issues. Don't go to the issues, don't go to the reading while you're anxious. Detach from the anxiety, detach from the outcome, and then do the reading. That's really helpful. Cheryl Jefferson, nice to see you. Amy Foreman, nice to see you. Oh my goodness, talking about Dave and the Prince of Swords shot out. Wow, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it is very special. Okay, let's see. Aria Wilson, how do you know if the court card that comes out is the person you're reading for or the person in their lives? A lot of it's intuition. A lot of it's thinking about how it fits. A lot of it's process of elimination. And it may not be a person at all. It may be a directive. It may be predictive. Knights can predict travel. Pages can predict or advise communication. So it might not even be a person at all. In a way, you have to run through multiple choice on that to figure out where you're at. Okay. Aria, why do some psychics and readers believe that reading for yourself is bad? Because it's hard. Because it's hard to be objective. You know, in the same way that like dentists don't do their own teeth. A doctor is not going to remove his own appendix. And I think there are times that it really is best to have someone else read for you. Jake says the other cards in the spread can tell you what the court card might be symbolic of. Yeah, look to it. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So friends, we are in our last 4 minutes. It is time for shameless self-promotion. If you have a YouTube channel, a website, a blog post, anything at all, your social media, your Insta, whatever, drop it here. Let's connect with each other. Let's be here for each other. I will do mine verbally. You will notice that here on my YouTube channel, yes, tarot scopes are up. You will also notice we do have a class scheduled for the 12th. We're going to do the second group of 7 cards in the Major Arcana. You remember we did the first group like last month. We're going to do the second group now, coming up on the 12th. And there will be more classes this month. I just have to get them up. As you know, I've been a wee bit delayed, and that's okay. I am available. Right, clumsy clairvoyance. A good lawyer would never represent themselves, right? I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or here in person in my Palm City office. And if you happen to be local, we have our local meetup coming up, Palm City Panera, Town Center Way, 4 p.m. this Sunday. Hope you will join us. Yeah, Katie agrees. Got to look at what's around them. Just because there's a person on the card doesn't mean it's the person in front of you. Right. And clumsy clairvoyance. My YouTube channel is now doing live readings. Yeah, daily live readings. Search clumsy clairvoyance here on YouTube. And Zuri. Yatsuri Shop on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Style and Chica, I don't know what I'm looking at here. What is that? About the mystery at Skinwalker Ranch Show. I don't know the story, man. I don't know. Okay. Pamela's Insight. I had a friend pass last month. I'm so sorry. And I've been wondering what will happen to her decks. I've thought about reaching out to another friend to find out and possibly see if I could get her main deck, but I don't know if I feel right about it. You know, I think the way to do it is to reach out and just sort of say, you know, tarot decks are sacred. It would be horrible if they ended up at Goodwill. And take it from there. All right. Katie, as someone who frequently reads for, I definitely find joy and solace in it, but in some situations it's absolutely necessary to have somebody else's eyes on your situation. Yeah, I think that's true. I really do. So what have we learned here today? We've learned that court cards can mean a lot of things, and you have to use the other cards that surround your intuition and process of elimination to figure it out. That the Crowley deck and the Waite deck are different in a lot of different ways. That, what else did we learn? that reading for yourself is different than reading for others. It's good to read for yourself, but it's also good to have readings with others. And the questions that you ask when you read for yourself are very important. What else did we learn here today? Is that the list? I think it might be. Of course, we do this once a month. We'll look forward to seeing you here next month as well, but I hope you will all join us for our in-depth class of the second 7 group of numbered major arcana cards coming up on the 12th of July, 7 p.m. The link for that is already up. I will be back here tomorrow, 12 noon. The link for that is not up yet. It'll go up tomorrow. And that will be for the Friday weekly wrap-up. All right. I want to thank you all so very much for being here. My friends on Instagram, this is a new thing I'm doing. I am simulcasting my YouTube lives on Instagram. It is my evil plan to get you to come on over here to YouTube. But thank you for joining me, whichever platform you're on. And my friends, members, all y'all here, subscribers, members, friends here on YouTube, I love you. Thank you for being here.